Well, we started the Tree of Life journeys about 8 years ago, right after the tragedy of 9/11. We felt that we needed to be engaged not only with other Christian communities, but also with an interfaith community. And as soon as we began to explore our relationship with both our Jewish neighbors and our Muslim neighbors, that brought us right into the heart of the Middle East. And we realized fairly early on that the conflict between Israel and Palestine was the linchpin for many of the other problems that we have here in the Middle East. And it's a flashpoint that keeps on coming up, and I don't think there's going to be peace in this region until that conflict has been resolved.
Because I enjoy, first of all, I'm serving my country by coming with you on those trees. I'm serving my country by showing the people the truth about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, about how the Palestinians are suffering under occupation, how the Israelis are treating the Palestinians. At the same time, I am making people meet people with conscience, such as Israeli people who believe that what's going on is not really good to the image of Israel. As a child, I have been living under occupation all my life. I never really knew a country of my own. I never have a president. I never had a government which works. For that, the only thing I have all the time is occupation. Occupation means controlling of my daily life. Controlling of my daily life means if I go to school, I'm always scared to be arrested or to be sent back from school, or I'm afraid that the soldiers will be shooting us. If I need to travel to other country, I had to take a permission. Means I wasn't living like any other normal child in the world.
I even felt that even my dreams are controlled by the occupation. I couldn't have equal rights. I couldn't have a single right for a child to grow up. I couldn't have a normal education because what's happening on the ground by the soldiers and the settlers were educating me to hate and to become violent. And the mix of culture and politics and the lack of identity affected me so much as a child. Our economic situation was and still very bad, and all of those things affected my behavior to be involved after.
Well, violence, you hate to see daily funerals. When you're a child or adult and you see daily people being killed and funerals, and the only thing is you see blood, it's making you get little sad and angry, because it's not. A child always feels that a child should see beautiful things, beautiful playground which we don't have, a beautiful movie theater which we don't have. We have nothing more than seeing, even on TV. On TV we only see violence.
Well, I think all sides need to look at a nonviolent resistance. I think there's a great deal of power historically for nonviolent resistance, and I have great faith in the younger generations with the Maya Wind, who was the young Israeli soldier who was refusing to serve in the occupied territory, and the number of young people whose daily lives are a wonderful example of nonviolent resistance to the occupation. And ultimately, I think that spirit will win the day. Well, I believe that there are a number of people on both sides, Israelis and Palestinians, that are working hard for justice and for peace. But nevertheless, I think the fulcrum for change is in the United States and the enormous one-sided support that we give to the State of Israel. That really needs to be re-examined, and we need to withhold the funding of Israel until they are brought to the table to work out a peaceful and just relationship with the Palestinians.
And I believe that America and Americans can do a lot for having a term here of solving a conflict, because I'm not sure that Israel is willing to give up the occupation, and I'm not sure that Palestinians trust the whole international community that they can play a good term, because especially for our experience, we feel lonely. There was a peace agreement signed, but that was the highest level of the international community involvement of peaceful solution here. And we want really more steps from American and international community to stand by Palestinian and Israelis and to end the Israeli occupation as soon as possible and to create security for Israelis, which is not something new. Both of our leaders, Arafat and Rabin, already in the White House signed Oslo Agreement, but that was the highest level of the involvement of the White House. We want to see more. I want them to being pro this or pro that is easy. Having a nice feeling of connecting to a party or an ideology or whatever is also easy. But being a part of a solution is a hard process. I'm telling people wherever they are, if you are not part of the problem, please try to be part of the solution. And if you are not part of the solution, don't be part of the problem. If American people could vote for Obama as a black president of the United States, they can do a lot.